as quick as they did in game 1, but they have a way of really leveraging if the game goes a bit so close to his bottle, he just wants that done.
Zayak now going after this Chen X Nova, being ticked down. Fire Spirits there as well. They will find the first blood. Arme was in the Metamorphosis form, but again, the Fire Spirits just slowing him down way too much. He does try to go after Pasha though. He won't quite find the damage. It looks like Arme will just go back to farming in the lane.
It's really rough here for LGD. As you mentioned, once that mate is down, and with the levels that Navi now has,
Radiant's middle tower
they're not going to be able to harass out these heroes as much as you'd expect. They're still fairly squishy, so one misstep can be punished.
They found Ilias up at the top lane, and now Crystallize will be chased down. Chalice just kind of man-fighting Crystallize as he does Sakuchi now, though. He's very, very low on this Batrider and should fall. He does get a lot of sticky napalm off, and FY should be able to trade and gets a very nice shot. But blocks himself out. Snowball is there, kinetic field though. Crystallize will be able to walk away, and they might even find the kill on FY. He tries to take down this Weaver. How is that a block?
It's just enough.
The gap was there.
It was just enough, and that's one of the things when you play this game, man. Sometimes you think you can pat right through. Not quite the case there. Really unfortunate for LGD.
From the tempest of battle, coin of the realm.
Very unfortunate. LGD just losing so much across the map though. FY now comes in onto Magical on that TA. Magical still looking pretty healthy though, as they don't really have the level 6 in the puck. And here comes Zayak to help him out back. Magical just man fighting by himself. They're going to lose at least FY here, but they might lose Somnus as well. He ticks out. Now X Nova comes in. Just one by one, they just walk into the meat grinder, it seems, and Na'Vi just clean him up.
Radiant's middle tower
on point with the rotations from Na'Vi. 1 to 7 at 5.5 minutes in. That is nothing to laugh at. And LGD, they're going to have a rough time trying to find an advantage coming out of this laning phase.
That's for sure. It seems as though they've lost pretty much every single lane apart from the bot lane where Arme is farming okay. It's not amazing, but still, he hasn't really given much space to Pasha either on the Phoenix, nor has he given much space to Zayak on the
is under attack.
They've been rotating around anyway.
To the temple's defense.
FY looks like he does pick up a kill onto Ilias once again. So they find another nice little support pickup on the side of LGD. Somnus had a bit of peace in the mid lane, but Magical is back now. Just not sure what LGD can do about this laning stage. Like, you look at Crystallize up at top lane. He's just chasing FY now. Has Sakuchi, and FY really has no way out of this. Doesn't have the snowball available, and Crystallize will find him.
Your fate is mine.
For the Weaver now. And I talked about the Weaver not having...
LGD's response has just not been as
Radiant's
good as you'd expect. And they had a couple of heroes waiting down mid for Magical, but they don't manage to find him.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So again, FY rotating in on the Tusk thing, he melded it off. Or rather just dodged it.
This is a really big commitment from LGD to try to slow Magical down, but they're not finding him. They are perhaps dropping him off the lane, but that just means your side lanes are going to be really weak.
Well, they get the Dream Call off, and now FY, nice chances there, but the rotations aren't coming in. There's the Supernova, and that looks really bad. Magical, he gets a refraction off. Snowball, he will dodge at least some of the damage, but FY is certainly going down. Now they go for more as well. Pasha, he finds X-Nova on the Chen. The only man to survive was Somnus on the puck.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
His way out of the node. In fact, he turns around with the lasso on the Weaver, but that's going to cost him his life. Shards come out from FY, but it doesn't matter. That was a pretty optimistic lasso to try and go for.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Fine with this.
But they're going to go for a fight again up at the top lane, it looks like. Chalice TP's up. They're bringing another one in as well. Chance are there on Zayak. He does run into the Chance. Still FY moving forward. It looks like they are going to just allow the Doom to go down. Alias tries to get out of there, but he gets flame braked and it looks like he'll go down as well.
Lost knowledge.
They got the bounty rune, they wanted the outpost, and unfortunately for NAVI, LGD was prepared for it that time around.
Dire's top tower is under
With
attack.
that, LGD may have found the
Dire's
opening they needed.
structures are fortified.
Arme will force down this tier 1 tower with that metamorphosis. LGD, I mean, although that's for sure. I mean, you still have FY Snowball to dodge a lot of that magic damage from the Supernova, that's for sure, but you don't really want to have to rely
Radiant
on
are
that.
scanning.
So LGD, they smoke up now towards that dire jungle, but Na'Vi have also smoked up and run the opposite way. Zayak, though, smoke
Dire's
broken, he
middle
realizes
tower
where they
is under
are, but
attack.
he's going to go up for it as well. He goes for the Doom straight on the puck, and now the rotations again. Na'Vi bringing in Crystallize, who's going to chase down this puck as their main source of a target, really. Although nice lasso is there from Chalice. Now FY may be giving his life away for this, but it's well worth it if they save the puck. X-Nova, meanwhile, going down to Magical. Now nice snowball from FY. He's dragging it out. He tries to get the Roshan denial. He will not be successful in doing so. At the very least, he does allow Somnus to get
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's one saving grace
Radiant
for LGD.
structures
At the
are
same time, all
fortified.
those kills are going to the cores. So Magical and Crystallize, they're going to escalate even faster than they did in game 1.
Radiant's
They may be able to find Zayak again. Although maybe not. Maybe they'll just find Ilias instead. Distruptor, a very easy kill for LGD. It's probably not really what they wanted,
Radiant
but they'll have
structures
to
are
take it.
fortified.
That
They might find
allow-
Zayak as well. Can they find the lasso? There's no mana available right now on Chalice to actually get the lasso off, so Zayak still probably going to die, but no, never mind. Harsh is in here now. Supernova has been popped, but where's the follow-up damage? Crystallize, he'll show up as well.
Dire's middle tower
Chalice, he
is
has
under
TP'd
attack.
out of there. Now FY will be chased down the Tusk.
Dire's middle tower
TP
has
away.
fallen.
Does he actually get out? Yeah, he does.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, a bit of a messy counterfight from NAVI this time around, which does kind of make it worthwhile for LGD. They're not going to have to worry about that Supernova for a while. Gives them some...
Crystallize gonna run into Arme. Arme will just turn around and want to fight, but he may not after he sees the supports of Na'Vi right behind Crystallize. Can they get that Static Storm off? They have Glimpse available, they will get it, and yeah, Arme, he could be screwed here. He doesn't really have much help around. It's only X-Nova, and he does go down.
Almighty money. My thrift reward.
Positioning
Radiant's
coming out.
top
I mean,
tower
LGD,
is
they
under
just seem
attack.
a little overly confident. X-Nova now. Glimpse wasn't available, so Ilias couldn't really cancel the TP off, but they are going to find the tier 1 tower as well as the position 1, so I don't really think that Na'Vi's going to mind too much.
Definitely not. They found a big kill they
Radiant's top
wanted.
tower has
Everything
fallen.
else afterwards would have just been, you know, just a bit more of a bonus. Responding to Navi's aggressiveness. And every time they go for these fights, it's under a tier 1. Navi's not afraid to TP in 2 heroes to save their heroes, save their mid-core. And they try again. They do smoke up. They're gonna find a disruptor for their trouble.
Yeah, Ilias. Last time they chased this man, he got away. Pasha will
Radiant's
show himself,
bottom
but doesn't have the
tower is under
Supernova
attack.
available, but they don't care. Zayak starts moving in as well. Snowball will be there. They go straight onto that Phoenix and try to take him out, though Pasha's still alive throughout all this, but it looks like they will find him in the end. Zayak, Ilias still trying to outrun Chalice on that Batrider.
Dire's
That
middle
will be
tower
the end of
is
that.
under attack.
LGD, they do find a nice little Phoenix pick off. The Magical. Does he dive in onto Somnus? Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Melt
no.
Strike is there. That's a lot of damage. Not quite enough though, as the Dream Call now coming out. Lasso will be there on Ilias, but he got the glimpse off once again. Still FY does get a very nice chance off to secure the kill. So LGD do find 2 for their trouble. It's certainly a nice couple pick-offs to give them a bit of gold their way.
Definitely. The biggest one was, of course, Pasha being taken out there. Pretty big target for Na'Vi to lose. Still going to be coming back in perfectly fine. He's just about 600 gold away from his Shiva's guard. So once he has that up and running, it's going to be that much harder for LGD to disengage from these fights.
Just wonder where Navi's finding all this farm from. Arme, gonna move in. Chalice, Doom, he's gonna be there straight on the TV. Now the Supernova, but there's FY. again with an amazing snowball, but is it going to be enough? It'll allow Arme to run out of there, but he does go down at the end to crystallize. Now X-Nova, he's gone as well. There's a static storm on the puck, ensuring he can't do anything throughout this team fight, and Zayak is going to continue that chase. Somnus will be able to walk away, but they've lost FY on the Tusk. And crit-wise, well, they got a glimpse of.
That crit from Zayak. Blinks in, gets a right-click crit to kill off the puck. And that's just a very, very good team fight coming out from NAVI. Not quite working the way of LGD. I did like the aggression there. They knew the Roshan was going to go down. They couldn't afford to lose it. They just jumped on the wrong targets. NAVI was the ones waiting outside. And they take that path fight quite well.
Chalice finds Pasha. I suppose for Chalice, just finding any kill like the Phoenix is nice anyway, so he gives his life away for that. Pasha doesn't really seem very concerned about it. Magical
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's getting close to that Maelstrom at least, like he's getting there, but he just hasn't been given any space, it feels like. And now Zayak's approaching him, and yeah, he actually blinks straight into him. Somnus hidden in the tree line. Orb will be there, but Magical is making his way in as well. They're just going to dive the tier 2 tower. Somnus still trying to outrun them, and now Chalice goes for a lasso straight on that Disruptor. FY jumps in with the snowball as well, just trying to stop that static storm. But there's a Supernova coming out from Pasha. Can they take the egg down in time? It looks like they will be able to. Now the Dream Core coming out onto Zayak. They may find the Doom here, and it looks like they will. And LGD suddenly finding quite a few kills. It's still a 2-for-3 trade the way of LGD. But if they can find Magical, it'd be absolutely amazing for this Radiant side.
Behold!
As Magical's still trying to outrun them. He does have the Blink Dagger available. He'll just turn around into FY now.
God.
And FY, yeah, he's just dead. Arme? Arme? Magical's thinking about jumping in. He's got an Aegis available. Somnus is still there. Oh, like barely avoided. Sunder now coming out from Arme preempting. He just popped the refraction and he is dead. They got the Aegis on the TA. Chalice going to be chased down by Crystallize. Nice glimpse back from Ilias, and they're going to find another.
Never know the mysteries.
What was that Sunder, John?
I'm not sure.
Dire's top tower is under
It
attack.
wasn't enough to keep him alive, that's for sure. And that's, it's just so messy right now for LGD. They prolonged that chase so long that Navi's heroes are all back up. They're postured around this tier 2. They're going to be able to take this tier 2 fairly quick as well. And
Radiant's
even when
middle
he
tower
respawns, he
is
won't
under
have
attack.
Nita.
Radiant's middle
Navi
tower
have a 16k
has
now.
fallen.
They jump in again. Shiva's guard there. FY trying to snowball away. Somnus falling so darn low right now.
Radiant's
He'll orb
middle
away, but
tower is
FY's
under
gone
attack.
the Tusk.
Radiant
And they're going
structures
after a
are
T3 tower
fortified.
now. Just no fear from this Navi side. There's nothing to be afraid about, apparently. They do finally back off, but no. X-Nova's gone now on the Chen.
But it wasn't too warm.
The immediate buyback from FY, getting set up for this defense. But Magical is just jumping in and out, playing whack-a-mole with LGD right now. And it just seems like there's nothing they can do about it.
Dire's
Magical
bottom
that
tower
hasn't
is
even
under
expended
attack.
his BKB yet, so he has a full
Phoenix. So forget the snowball saves, John. You've got a Phoenix egg save coming out from Pasha. Of course, it does refresh all your normal abilities, so makes things even more painful.
Oh boy.
They do smoke up, and LGD, are they expecting this? FY, they jump in once again, the Phoenix with the Shiver's Guard. Snowball to start for FY. We do hear a Doom in the background, but it looks like it is on the TB. Still though, Zayak, he does go down, but Crystallize is on top of Arme, and he's just gone. FY, try to run away. Ilias, you have Glimpse available, but he just needs the vision. And it looks like he's not quite in time. Meanwhile, Magical ends up finding X-Nova on the Chen once again. And they still seem to know where FY is, but they're just not in range any longer, or perhaps they will be in a sec, as Ilias is so darn close. But it's all too late.
God. No. Yes.
Moves back. He found Chalice. Kinetic Field Static Storm is there, as well as the Sun Ray. And, well, Supernova, why not?
Radiant's
Why
top
the hell
tower
not,
is
Chen?
under attack.
No reason not to. And LGD, they're forced to try to defend when Ame's up
Radiant's
without
middle
Meta.
tower is under
Again.
attack.
Oh my.
Radiant's top
Navi
tower
back off
has
to
fallen.
safety. At least for a little bit. They have a mind breaker now as well, which just makes matters worse, especially for Somnus on this puck. Whole lot sillier for NAVI. Well, Orchid, it's going to be there on the puck. Magical will show off that new item he just picked up. Meanwhile, mid, FY, forced to snowball. Pasha actually gets the snowball on top of him, and now FY.
Oh no.
Unfortunately for him, gonna end up losing his life. There'll be no help coming. And well, Zayak, he sees X-Nova. He'll go straight after the Chen. He's just walking in under the tier 3 tower. He doesn't even care. X-Nova does
Zaya's
end
top
up
tower
going down.
is under attack.
And with that, an
Radiant
easy tier 3
structures
tower
are
to be taken.
fortified.
They do have Meta up on Ame, so that should keep Navi just a bit more hesitant to take this fight. They're just walking up anyway.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah, I mean,
has
you've got
fallen.
this Phoenix that does all this magic damage. I don't know if Ame can really afford to fight this, although nice lasso onto Magical. They take down this TA, could be massive, but no, there's the save. He gets the egg off with the TA inside. And
Radiant's
Pasha
middle
will
barracks are
bring
under attack.
Magical back out like magic with full HP and full mana. And that is going to be one of the most disgusting things I've seen from NAVI, John. It's just
Radiant's
so
middle
demoralizing
barracks
for
has fallen.
LGD to lose like this. Yules will come out, Somnus will be able to orb away surely. But how do you defend your base any longer?
I don't think you can. Like, you're
Radiant's
not gonna have
bottom
Meta up
tower
on the
has
TV.
fallen.
You don't have Lasso
Radiant's
for a bit.
bottom barracks are under attack.
It's going to be a
Radiant's
very
bottom
hard
barracks
game
has
to turn
fallen.
around at this point, at
Radiant's
very least to
bottom barracks
defend your
has fallen.
last set of racks.
Got to give it to LGD. They hate giving up early. They do tend to drag games out as long as they possibly can. It's just such a hard ask of them.
Radiant's top shrine
Especially with a
is
hero
under
like
attack.
Terrorblade, because now you've got the Metamorphosis down for a minute and a half. So you probably can't go for
Radiant's
this
top
Roshan
shrine
fight that's
has
about to happen
fallen.
from NAVI. And even if they wanted to, I mean, there's still 33k net worth behind, so there's just absolutely no chance of pulling that victory off in the Roshan if they want
Radiant
to try.
are scanning.
A gift from the gods of
Roshan
the
has
battle.
fallen to the Dire.
Forever.
Haste!
It is also now at 100%, by the way, for NAVI. Yeah, but how do you
Navi
defend?
smoked up.
Dire's
You've got to
bottom
try to
tower
find
is
that
under
backline.
attack.
You have ways of reaching that backline with Chalice. You just have to make it work. The issue is Disruptor Ilias is always there
Dire's
with
bottom
Glimpse out.
tower has fallen.
You've got the egg back up, by the way. At least Ame will have meta up in 10 seconds. He's keeping back to the base now, but it looks pretty bad for LGD already as the silence is there on the Batrider. Nice shots from FY.
Dire's
Straight
bottom
onto
tower
Magical.
is under
They'll at least find his ages. But now they'll lose to that rider. Straight off the bat, no buyback available on him. The egg, of course, being committed by Pasha. Magical jumps back in. They'll find another straight off the bat. Ame, he gets doomed up. He can't really do anything to help out any longer.
Dire's
He
bottom
almost ticks
tower
out
is
before
under
getting
attack.
back to that bounce. And looks like they lose FY on the Tusk, and Somnus trying to help out the best he can.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Will survive, but they are going to lose
Radiant's
their
top
Megas.
barracks has fallen. The
In fact, by
Dire
the way, John,
now
I
have
said the
Megas.
Aegis was lost. It was not. There was another egg save coming out. That will be the GG war play being scored by LGD, and NAVI. That's for sure, John. A 2-0 victory up against LGD of all teams. Pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah, just dominant performance from Navi. Crystallize going 9-0 and Magical going 12-0.